seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try and get a service just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.
What is going on, everybody? Today, this is Heel Turns and High Spots here. I'm Prodigy Freebird, if you guys do not know me. Today is going to be a little different than how it usually works. Usually I'm joined by my partner, Charlie. Charlie is sick, but he will be here tomorrow, he promised me. If not, no big deal. All I care about is Charlie is healthy, but today is going to be a one-man show. Nonetheless, follow us on Twitter, guys, at HTurn and HSpots on Twitter. That's Heel Turns and High Spots Twitter. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Freebird Prodigy, and you can follow Charlie, I believe, is Sloster44. All that stuff's down below in the description below. So let's get into it. So usually I play Charlie, but how this is going to work is I already have a tournament set up that we're going to play. It is for the Heel Turn and High Spots Championship. We'll get through however many matches we get through, no big deal on that front, and then we'll just go through Dynamite like we normally do. And Charlie will be in the chat here, and after the show, if you guys want, we can answer questions, but we really can't do that because of Dynamite. We'll see how long it takes me to get through this show, but let's let us start the match, and then we'll go through it like normal. So let me make sure volume's not too loud on you guys, and let's go through the show. So this is the pre-show for obviously tonight, April 27th, 2022. The first match I want to talk about in order of importance is like we usually do, is Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky. And I think a point that Charlie wants to make very clear, and so I have a list of things that Charlie wanted to talk about, but he obviously is not here. Let me make sure the volume is not too loud for you guys. And then, or like overpowering me, and then we'll be good. Yeah, let me actually go in here. Okay, perfect. So, hold on, I gotta switch headsets. Perfect. So, Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky. Charlie would like to make it very clear, Sammy Guevara's bump card. Like, we're already working another ladder match here, right? So, and this is what we talked about last week, is I kind of was pumped by it, but taking another glance at it, actually, we both said this was a negative. I forget what review we said this in. It might have been our Rampage review, or it might have been our Dynamite review for last week. We both said that this was a negative thing, because it devalues the ladder match as a whole. The fact that we're already getting another one, lowers the significance of. You could even argue it lowers the significance of the last ladder match. The more times we see it, it's kind of like WWE's pay-per-view schedule. We each and every year, they just keep throwing these like these gimmick pay-per-view matches, like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank. That doing it year after year, it does lower the importance of it on the show. And how do they improve on the match with Cody? But like, how do you improve on this match with Scorpio Sky rather than that match with Cody and Sammy? Because Cody and Sammy freaking killed it in there. So that just shows that they're going to have higher expectations for this match. And why even need that? You really should just build this up as a 1v1. I don't know. I don't get why we need a ladder match here. And I think if Charlie was here, Charlie would agree with me. And maybe Charlie's listening in the chat, so maybe Charlie can give his feedback a little bit. But I don't know if he's going to be listening. But yeah. Sammy better win this, despite the fact I hate his character. this is coming from Charlie, by the way. Sammy better win this, despite the fact I hate his character and his girlfriend's character as well. And I'm going to have to agree with Charlie from on that standpoint, because I think it's both very well documented that me and Charlie are tired of this, this whole storyline. We want this storyline to be over with. We want them to be both doing more important things. We are glad that Sammy Guevara is a heel, though. If they do want to do this storyline, this was the best way forward, the best way to really get the reaction that you're deserving. You know, you don't want to go out there and get no reaction if you're a face. You don't want to go out there and get booed if you're a face. And that's the kind of reaction that Sammy Guevara was getting. So Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti turned heel. So now they're really getting the reaction that they deserve, and what the fans want to do, right? But you still got to make us care about what Sammy Guevara is doing. Look at the MJF, for example. Look at how highly me and Charlie talk highly of MJF on this channel, and he's a heel. So just because he's a heel and we go boo somebody, we can still admire their work. And I don't really feel like I am admiring Sammy Guevara right now. And I think Charlie, I'm going to say this a lot today, but I think Charlie, if Charlie would be here, he would agree, because Sammy Guevara is just, doing nothing important right now, and we would like to see the storyline, give us some importance. And I hate the fact that, and the AEW really does not do this at all. They very rarely use rematches, and I feel like we've been getting Sammy Guevara over Scorpio Sky a lot. I mean, I think this is the third time. This might be the fourth time that we've seen this. Somebody's gonna have to quote me if I'm wrong on that, but we are seeing a lot of these, and it's not unlike AEW to keep rematching. Charlie agrees. So it's unlike AEW to keep giving us these matches over and over again. And we need to nip that in the butt before it starts becoming a problem. We don't want to be like WWE, where we're seeing rematches each and every week. Sammy Guevara especially has so many rematches. Charlie's right there in the chat. And I agree with Charlie. I think, him and Cody Rhodes had a couple matches. Yeah, I mean, I get tired of people with the wrestling the same people. And like I just said, we don't normally see that in AEW. And we need to not see that in AEW. We need, hopefully Sammy Guevara wins tonight so they don't keep flopping back and forth. And Sammy Guevara needs to move on to someone else, someone better. And same with Scorpio Sky. Scorpio Sky, I feel like that was a really bad culmination to the storyline with Scorpio Sky. You just had Scorpio Sky bust a 342-day winning streak. And, I mean, that really didn't give Sammy anything. That really didn't do anything for Sammy. And I feel like that was a waste of Scorpio Sky's winning streak, honestly. So I think Sammy Guevara will win here, and let's move on to Dax versus Cash. I'm gonna read what Charlie said first, and then after that we'll say what I said. So Charlie says, I really want Dax to win this one. If he does and goes far in this tournament, he has a strong case for Wrestler of the Year so far. Expect a classic wrestling match that's intensity builds up to a satisfying climax. Expect a lot of references to Brett vs. Owen at WrestleMania 10. I'm gonna have to agree with Charlie about that. It's definitely gonna be a technical wrestling match, an old school wrestling kind of match. I do think Dax wins this one, just from what I've seen in the ring. I think Dax is a better wrestler than Cash, but I could be wrong. I could see I could see Dax going far in the tournament too. I mean, Dax is a phenomenal wrestler. I haven't seen. I mean, obviously they've been FTR, so I've really rarely seen Dax wrestle singles match. I don't think I've ever seen Dax wrestle a single match, especially not in AEW. Maybe in WWE once or twice, but this one definitely might have a strong case for Wrestler of the Year so far. And I have another one for you, Charlie. Just a little prediction for Wrestler of the Year. I think that Kenny Omega is going to come back, and I think he is going to wrestle against Will Ospreay at Forbidden Door, and I think that will be the match of the year. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's in June. But yeah, this is going to be a classic wrestling match, and I gotta hit exit and go to the next match. But yeah, this is gonna be a classic wrestling match between two friends. I think you're gonna see a sign of respect from the two, obviously, because they're teammates. Maybe we see Brett here. Honestly, I know you didn't say we see Brett here, but maybe we do see Brett here in the fact that there were some reports that Bret Hart would be joining FTR. And so maybe we do see Brett like kind of come out here. Especially I do think that yes. I totally forgot about that match, Charlie. Charlie reminded us that Dax just fought Punk a few weeks ago, and I totally forgot. Wow. But anyway, I do think this is going to be a great wrestling match. This is probably going to be the match of the night. We'll see what the ladder match does, but I think this is going to be more of your classic wrestling match, and it's probably going to win match of the night. We got Andrade El Idolo versus Punk in the ring here. Heel turns in Sports Arena. You guys can actually download it now. I think it's under capital HTHS. But yeah, it's this is gonna be a great wrestling match. Probably I can't speak. Probably match of the night, and I do think Dax wins this one. And I'm gonna suspect that both men play fair. It's just gonna be a fair wrestling match, a great wrestling match, and Dax is gonna walk out as a winner. And maybe we see Brett. That's my prediction. Maybe we see Brett. It's not gonna be 100% sure we see Brett, but I'm gonna say maybe we see Brett. Moving on here, we have a 5-man tag team with the Undisputed Elite. Charlie says, "Boo! We don't need to see the Elite win against a bunch of jobbers. Why is Dante in this match?" And then Darius and Martin. So, basically, why is Darius Martin? Why is Darius Martin not with his brother? Why are we not seeing Top Flight together in this match again? I just talked last week about how Brock Anderson and Lee Moriarty was with Dante Martin, and but his brother Darius wasn't there. And Charlie, word for word, said you could go back, and Charlie said that we could easily have slotted Top Flight in there, right? And had them pair with Lee Moriarty and not Darius. And why does why does Darius not get this light? You just called him up. He's healthy. Maybe he still has a little nagging injury. Maybe. I haven't seen anything personally about him getting re-injured, but I guess there's always a chance that he did get injured, and we just don't know about it yet. I do think that, who won? Oh, Andrade beat CM Punk. Wow. We got Kenny Omega versus MJF here. Just looked it up. Darius has another leg injury. No. Does it say how long he is out for, Charlie? So, but man, It's yeah. Why even throw them in the? It's honestly, it's literally going back to what I just talked about with Sammy Guevara. This is almost another rematch. We literally like just saw like half of these guys with them in the ring together, right? So we got Brock. It's Brock, Darius. I need to pull up my notes here. I only pulled up Charlie's notes. I forgot to pull up my own notes. Look at MJF. MJF versus Kenny Omega here. So, yeah, so it's the Undisputed Elite versus Dante Martin, the Varsity Blondes, Lee Johnson, and Brock Anderson. So, I mean, yeah, it literally is. So Charlie says it just says another lengthy period of time, no specifics. So, yeah, maybe they are. So, obviously, they did pull Darius out from Dante because he's injured. And obviously that's why they're gonna go. They obviously have no idea what they want to do with Dante yet, so they're just kind of taking it slow right now and putting him in these multi-man matches. Is kind of what it sounds like to me, Charlie. They probably. That's what it sounds like to me. Is AEW kind of felt as if they didn't know what to do with Dante yet. They're probably figuring it out, and they were just like, well, the Undisputed Elite really needs to get another win. We really haven't seen them in a multi-man match yet, but maybe maybe that's what's happened. Maybe after this match, hopefully we see Dante move. I'm trying to make sure I got the right wrestler. Hopefully we see Dante move on to something a little more relevant, and I would like to see in this match if what happens with Julia Hart with the Varsity Blondes. That's the only kind of thing I'm watching, and that's the only thing I care about personally with the Varsity Blondes. Maybe we see a little progression of the Julia Hart storyline. I hope we do. But we have yet to see anything from that place. Hopefully Darby Allin wins this match, but we'll see. But yeah, hopefully Darius can move on to something better. Hopefully this is a quick match because I really did not want this taking time up on my television when we have more important stuff like Hangman and CM Punk. And so Hangman, by the way, will not be on tonight's show. Hangman has, I will read that in just 1 second, Charlie. Hangman has COVID, actually. He's in COVID protocol, so you will not see Hangman on this show. So hopefully Hangman, gets better, gets well soon, and he's ready for Double or Nothing. But, so going back to what Charlie said, he said, yeah, he's not going to be in a weird spot until his brother comes back, especially since he just challenged for the title, so it's not like he can go on another run like that. Yeah, he could always go for the TNT title, though. He took a shot at the AEW World Championship, not the TNT title, so he can always go to the TNT title, maybe. Unless maybe he joins another tag team. I can see that happening, I guess. Maybe he joins somebody for the time being. That could happen. But yeah, so Hangman Page will not be there tonight. That's probably why Punk is going to be on commentary during the Dax versus Cash match. Forgot to mention that as well. So Punk is probably going to throw out there something to Hangman, feel better. But obviously Punk is going to want him at the top of Hangman's game. So hopefully Hangman can get to the top of his game for that Punk match. So moving on here, we have Shida versus Deeb. So this is over the name of the city street fight type of match. So literally, I don't know what their city they're in tonight. Yeah, I have no idea what city they're in tonight. Charlie, do you happen to know what city they're in tonight? But anyway, it's gonna be a death match type. Just the random city match type. You can go on in there. I think they might be in Philly. they might be in Philly, so it's Philly street fight type of match. And hopefully this is the finale. That was exactly from Charlie's words. Hopefully this is the final. And Charlie also says, please no fuck shit. Charlie also says, bet the show still starts with Cult of Personality even though homie doesn't have a match. Yeah, 100%. That match will be first, and I bet you Punk does come out first. Exactly what Charlie said there. I'm going to have to agree with him. But going back to Shida versus Deeb. Hopefully this is the final, what Charlie said, and please no fuck shit. I'm going to have to agree with him. Because this is like I believe this is the third time we've seen this match. And this definitely needs to be the finale. We need to be moving both females on to more important things and different things. Let's get a variety up in here. And I think Deeb wins this match because I also think Deeb wins the tournament. I don't think this is a qualifying match. I could be wrong there. But I do think Deeb finds her way into the tournament and wins the tournament still, honestly. But I could be wrong. We'll have to see what happens there. Me and Charlie will 100% definitely be doing a tournament prediction video when that comes out. And yeah, please have a legit ending. Have somebody get pinned 1, 2, 3. And for me, I do think that winner is going to be Serena Deeb. The last match we are going to talk about is Lance Archer versus Wardlow here. Charlie says, what comes next after Wardlow wins? And I hope they don't bury Lance Archer. Yeah, Charlie made some great points. Why do we need to have this match for Lance Archer? He just lost the Hangman. We really haven't seen Lance Archer be winning on our television in a while. He needs to get back on that winning streak, and he needs to. He needs to get back on that winning streak. He needs to, go against some people that are smaller than him, and he needs to get back on that winning streak. I just said that, but he does need to get back on that winning streak, and just get moving down the right path. He's got Jake the Snake Robert. It's a great look for him. But as for Wardlow is 100% going to win this match. I did know that. I knew that. Charlie says, fun fact, Lance Archer beat John Moxley clean in 2020. I did in fact know that, Charlie. Wardlow is definitely going to win this match. What's next for Wardlow after this match is my question. Maybe we see... is this the last time we see Wardlow before MJF? As I said on the Dynamite review that Wardlow needs... who's next after Lance Archer? Lance Archer is the worst of the worst, right? Like, who's badder than Lance Archer? No one, right? So who are you gonna get after Lance Archer? It has to be MJF, right? That makes sense in my opinion. I guess I could see like Mark Henry maybe, but they're faces. Mark Henry, Big Show, they're faces. So maybe you get Satnam Singh, but I don't see that happening. But we'll see. We will definitely see. Wardlow definitely is winning this match. Hopefully, the MJF match is definitely coming up in Double or Nothing. Let me look up when Double or Nothing is quick. I think 100% they will be fighting at Double or Nothing, but I just don't know when Double or Nothing is. I want to say it's like a month from now. Let's see. It is May 29th. So yeah, we have a month away from that build. So you definitely you definitely probably want to put Wardlow with 2 more opponents. You don't want to go out there having them cut promos each and every week. Maybe you do. But I definitely think Wardlow probably should have 2 more matches. Probably against Shawn Spears is 1, would be my guess. And then, I don't know. Wardlow's a face, so it's like you can't throw him against anyone. Maybe you throw in like a like Blade, maybe. But he's not gonna beat Wardlow by any means. So that's probably a bad idea. Actually, I take that back. But we'll see what happens here. If it's just promos from here on out, I know that they're going to be great promos from Wardlow and MJF, but I really do feel like it would be necessary to have like a couple more matches and really extend that storyline out. Ooh, that might be it. Wardlow and Spears. But Spears can use weapons. I could see that match happening. I could see a handicap match between Spears and MJF too. I haven't really seen that being thrown around, but I definitely could see that too. There's a lot of interesting ways to go about it. As you say here, I hope they don't bury Lance Archer, and I don't think they will by any means. I think this is probably going to be something similar to where we get to the Butcher, but I do think this is going to be a longer match than we saw with the Butcher. But I definitely don't think, a steel cage match, Moxley and El Idolo. I do think that, I'm going to actually agree with you. Hopefully Lance Archer looks good in this match. Hopefully, hopefully he loses in a way that does not make him look like an idiot. Hopefully, it's, a good fight, and hopefully we come back here tomorrow and say how incredible Lance Archer is in this ring, for putting Wardlow over. That's what I hope to be telling you tomorrow. The fact is, we get that, I will let you know tomorrow. And overall, I do think this is going to be a pretty good show of Dynamite here, and just like that, it is 7:55, guys. I do want to get you guys time to turn on your televisions and go to Dynamite. So until next time, guys, until tomorrow, me and Charlie will be live. Hopefully I am with Charlie. If Charlie is not with me, I will still be live. We'll be live at 4 tomorrow, giving you guys our heel turn and high tops, heel turn and high spots AEW review, and then on Sunday we will be giving you our big news and indie shows and Rampage reviews. So until then, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, Freebird Prodigy. Follow us at HTurn and HSpots on Twitter. And let's hope that this Dynamite show is a banger show. And we will see you guys in the next video.